Hello YouTube and welcome to episodes 7 and 8 in the Panty and Stocking reaction series. Back at it again today for another couple of episodes. No comments again today, so we're just going to jump right into the recap. Last week we watched episodes 5 and 6. Episode 5 started with a skit about picking your nose and eating it, and then that caused nosebleeds and it sent like a rocket ship to the moon. And then there was also a part about nose fingering or something. It was weird, but it was very funny. I liked that one. And then the second half of that episode 5, we had the absolutely mental skit about the real life people of Duten City in Little Tokyo, and it was kind of tragic. And they used a different animation style, and there was some really gross character art and background art and stuff. It really created like a unique vibe for it. Felt like somebody really tried on that one. It was really good. I really enjoyed that skit. Then episode 6 was something a little bit different. It was a two-part skit, but it was one part, if that makes any sense. Starring some new characters called Scanty and Nisox, where they took over the school and kind of made like a demon creation engine thing. It was cool. Yeah, they did a big fight. The fight was pretty impressive. I like the mirroring of the two characters there. It seemed like the first skit with some real continuity to it. So I hope we see these characters again. I think we will. It was very fun. Had some great VA work. Yeah, lots of great stuff to say about it. That episode 6 as well. Just some predictions going forward. Again, I've got no idea. I've got no idea what to expect from this show, and that's the way I like it. Oh, shill stuff. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I can do to improve my analysis, or anything else, presentation. Comment below. And I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you want me to follow you back, because I will do so. Now, without any further ado, we're just going to jump into the next episode, episode 7. Rightio, got episode 17 up here ready to go. There will be a picture-in-picture version of this reaction video. Should be down in the description. Should be a link there to a BitChute, which is awesome. The time code on this episode is 23 minutes and 41 seconds. Just going to pop that up on screen. Perfect. The area might be a little bigger there because I had it bigger for Monogatari this week, but we might keep it. We'll see what happens. Either way, I think I'm just going to give, say, 3, 2, 1. Right here. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, yeah, Panty and Stocking is quite loud, now I remember. Yes. I don't know what it is with my file, but yeah, it is quite loud. So it's always surprising there. I wonder what hijinks we'll get into this episode. Right, yeah. What have we got in store? Yes? Oh, sick. It's like Transformers. Yeah, great. This is stupid. I love it. This would be right at the time around the Bay movies, right? What are they doing? They never stop fighting. That's all they do. What happened? Never. They're siblings. Of course they're going to have petty quarrels. Of course. It's a truck. Oh, hello. This isn't particularly subtle. Hello, Optimus Prime. Femitron. His character design is foul. Great. Perfect. Alright, what are we doing here? I gotta look up the stuff here, because this is nuts. What the fuck? Bigu dildo. Great. This feels like a sitcom. Like, more than normal. No. No. The fridge is evil. Oh no, not the fridge. Fuck. Garterbelt just doesn't care. Bro, I have to use the bathroom. Oh, is she wearing a... Yeah, great. Awesome. Great. Yeah, who are you? How did... I don't want to ask the question about how... Yep, okay, great. No. What? Oh, man. One of the great battles of our time. It went on for centuries. Hey, look, it's Transformers. Transform. That's fun. This feels like what does this feel like? Rick and Morty's the wrong word. The wrong reference, I mean. But something like that where they'll just like really commit to a parody. I haven't seen Pop Team Epic, but I think they do similar stuff, right? Oh, how will this battle end? Brief doesn't care. That's really sick. Oh, of course. Settle this for good. Yeah, they kind of ate like the thing. Of course, yep. Yeah, probably a little bit. Damn, they saw the error of their ways. War is bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. Great. I became a demon somehow. We're going to need to team up to fight a greater enemy again. If I had a nickel, or a doll, I should say. Hey yo, Garterbelt. Or ghost, I should say. Same difference. They kill him. Yeah, the one thing we're best at. Okay, now we're better now. Oh. Yeah, you guys are nailing it. Yeah, shoot it. Alright, they didn't really do anything, they just died. It's kind of funny. Are those all coins? They didn't look like the normal coins, though. Great. We got a bunch of worthless currency. Oh, yeah, of course. No reason. They're good at teaming up on a common enemy, huh? Since the dawn of creation. Oh my goodness. That's a fun little intro they made too. Or ending. Same difference. The stripping. This one will be child friendly by the look of this. On what? 3 million yen. Yeah, it kinda is. No, we need repairs. We're going to need money from somewhere. Some one of them. We just had a bunch of that foreign currency. Why didn't you just convert that? I know a way they can earn money. Don't test their gangster Garterbelt. They'll do it. Heaven's unbreakable oath. That's not helping. That guy looked like a Monopoly man. Great song. Great. Didn't help. There seems to be a common denominator to what you're doing, though. Well, it's just stuffed up. Great. Well, even if you get fired, you normally get paid. But anyway. Yeah, definitely gamble. That'll work. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, he loves it though. They're having a lot of fun with the costumes. This skit. Ha. Oh, there we go. I won. There you go. You're almost there. And then it starts to go down, right? Is it going to be some kind of casino ghost? The house always wins. That's all I'm trying to say. They literally have enough right now, though. But I mean, it's in their character to push it, right? I mean, this is just how normal casinos are, honestly. Bro, it's the Illuminati. Oh, great. These two are back. Yes, it will. We're going to cause the GFC too. Yeah, no, they didn't plan ahead, no. Oh, yes, it would be a waste. Yes, roll those R's. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, yeah, fun. Yeah. Great. It's Clark Kent tier disguise. Ooh. Yeah, double down. Yes, double down. Look at their faces. Yeah, get frustrated. You know what you do when you're losing? Definitely rage queue. You go back in. Try again. Zetsubo. Be in a Oh, great. And here comes the strip part. Okay. Now I understand. Strip roulette. That's a bit different. Until they win, because they will. Yeah, good point. Somebody paid like 3 million yen for that. Yep, almost 5 million. They have quite the audience. They've really gone crazy on the high detail shots in this skit. Ugh. There we go. And everyone's so disappointed. Oh, we won because she sneezed. My queen. All right, put her in the dumpster. Or the limo? They got outsmarted by Panty sneezing. Panty and Stocking on OnlyFans. Try selling some bathwater too. I mean, that's true as well. He's like eBay bidding. Oh yeah, I'm gonna protect them. Yeah, okay. That episode felt really short. I don't know why. I guess now that I'm thinking back on it, that makes sense. But that was quite funny. I want to look up the stuff for the first part there. But the second one was quite good too. I like how they basically do everything wrong from a moral perspective and still win, which is kind of fun. Because you'd expect in their like little story thing they got going on them to like learn a lesson or something about the. If it was a standard story, they'd learn a lesson about hard work or something, right? And then be rewarded for it. But no, they double down and they win because she sneezed. And that's it. Yeah, we're going to have a quick look at that episode before jumping into number 8. Yeah, that was a great little episode. I thought it was quite well done. I liked both the skits. The first one wasn't as strong on the story structure, but had a pretty good parody, I thought. Especially in some of the animation techniques they used and some of the things that they were parodying. I haven't seen much of the older Transformers cartoons and that kind of thing, but I know enough about them to see that they were, you know, some of the shots of them fighting and stuff were quite similar. So I'm sure somebody has gone back and gone through all that and pointed out specific references, but that's not going to be me today. What I wanted to do was have a quick look at who made this episode and see if there's any connections there to anything in kind of the mecha genre or anything to that effect. Anything kind of old 80s ish sci fi. Yeah, I'm reading the fandom page right now. It's got a bunch of different stuff about all the different Transformers references that they used, such as the opening title sequences mimicking that of the live action series films. And then the narrator that they use is very similar to the one they use in the Japanese dub of the Transformers cartoon. It seems like the director of this particular skit was the guy that directed SSSS Gridman and Dyna Xenon, so clearly has a lot of love there. What is X-Men TV? Marvel anime. I don't know what this is. But yeah, seems to have worked in a lot of that kind of area, let's put it that way. Yeah, it seems to be a nice intersection between kind of their mecha stuff, their kind of sci-fi stuff, and Trigger as a studio. So, yeah, very cool. Akira Amemiya. Akira Amemiya. Okay, cool. Pop the episode up there. And yeah, I'm just going to go through and have a look at what I can see and what I can tell you guys about the episode. So I think we start here with a pretty pointed and obvious parody, at least it was to me, considering my relative familiarity with Transformers. This here was the biggest giveaway because my familiarity with Transformers is from the live action films, unfortunately, and this was very similar to it. Just kind of this sequence here. And Transhomers is what is the name we're using there. Very cool. Cool. So the plot of the episode starts. We've got Panty and Stocking fighting for well any reason really because they're Panty and Stocking. They're gonna fight. Just some sibling stuff. You know how it is. If you guys have siblings, you probably fought like this quite a bit. And yeah, we're kind of using a very similar plot on a base level to episodes we've seen in the past. There was the one where they couldn't stop getting in each other's way to fight the actual enemy. When I think Panty ate Stocking's cake or something. It's coming back to me, I think. So we're using a very similar story, or crux of the story there, but we've taken it in a different direction using a parody. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Again, I still think it's pretty funny, but it's pretty bare bones kind of spot for the story. And again, it doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't really resolve. Again, there's just a bigger bad that they need to team up and kind of destroy. But I think a lot of the joy in this comes from the parody and the different animation style and that kind of thing. Kind of a nice homage to something of the past. Felt good. I am Masculimus. Surprise. And he has quite the phallic shape there. Just a real foul design, but not quite as foul as the next design we're going to see. It's me, Femitron, and I'm in the shape of a V and have a weird circle in the center, and you know what they're getting at, right? Anyway. Anyway, I digress. They think they're funny, and they're right. So of course, Stocking sees something. Stocking just eats it. That's what Stocking does, and begins to transform. Yeah. So I was reading the wiki a little bit, and this looks like Gen 1 Optimus Prime. So they know their stuff, right? And they also had a list of other references of the other robots that they eventually make as well, the other Transformers or Transhomers, I should say, that they make in the end, and how they reference different Transformers. If I was a bigger fan, this would be a bit of a delight. Had quite the lengthy little fandom page there, so that's good. Why do the condoms transhome? Are they metallic condoms? Strange. But either way, we see I think it's Dildo in Stocking's room, so they still get their dirty jokes off, of course. Also, yeah, like the bull head. Yeah, okay. It's an interesting design. These little transitions here are great as well. Very, very Saturday morning cartoon, which makes sense. So very nice. And this shot here specifically, where other people are doing something in the background, and there's just like weird like reference stuff going on. Futurama does this, Simpsons does this, Family Guy does this. You're in a very familiar setting, and they're just doing a very obvious parody. And some characters are a bit nonplussed about it. It felt again feels very Western brand of comedy. Am I wrong, or does Stocking seem to like beat the shit out of Panty here? This is the first time I've really seen this. Like she's pretty strong, or at least has the better team. Like what Panty's biggest diss here is probably not letting her use the toilet, and then she needs to grab like a nappy in the end, which is what we Australians call a diaper, which is a little bit gross, but I digress. Oh yeah, and then we see this I think they call him an Ikemen or something to that effect. I don't quite know what the term is, but as soon as you see this look from Panny here, even in her robot form, you know where the rest of the story is going. And I was like, oh yeah, how are they gonna do like Transformer sex scene? And they do it in the most gratuitous way possible. I might show a frame or two here, but it's like, come on, guys. I thought we were better than this. Anyway, but it turns out it was a trap. It was a suicide bomber. I missed that in the whole scandalization of the scene, I guess. The war wages on for days, and they bring all different kinds of different machines into it, and all this kind of stuff. Again, all this like claws and swords and stuff. That's very Decepticon, I think. They've taken the battle worldwide. Great. Yeah, something about kind of these shots here, like this one here. Pardon the quality, and this one here, very reminiscent of that 80s cartoon style. I don't know what they did, but it looks good. They've achieved their goal. So this sibling rivalry between Panty and Stocking is so dangerous and so pointless to the Decepticons and the Autobots that they look at them and decide to stop fighting anymore and focus on the real enemy, humanity. Funny. Yes, I find their fighting appalling. Hence why we're going to slaughter all of you. I don't know. Made sense to them, I guess. So yeah, it's a ghost the whole time, which is weird. I don't know. We don't need to fight ghosts every time, I don't think. But yeah, I saw this and I thought we were going to do like a full like Transformer like magical girl sequence, which would have been very fun. But no, they go the cheaper route, which is understandable. But even this shot here is very fun. Then it comes down and yeah, our characters are back to normal. Great. We'll see a lot more of this character design in the next episode where they become a little bit gratuitous with it, but that's kind of their middle name at this point. And all of the robots they make transform into currency, but not a currency of our world, not heaven coins. I think they said not even 1,000 of these will make one heaven coin. That's still a fair few coins. Like each of these explosions is probably 1,000, right? At least. Anyway, we're not going to pick apart the logic in Panty and Stocking. Anyway. And yeah, we kind of have our classic wrap up of that as our back to normal, back to status quo. Yeah, fairly enjoyable sequence. Pretty quick in retrospect. How quick was it? No, it's standard length. It feels quicker than it is. I don't know why. Well, I guess a lot of it is just fight scenes. I don't know. I guess when I see a Panty and Stocking skit called The Stripping, I prepare for the worst, and it wasn't even that bad here. It probably isn't even the raunchiest skit so far. Anything that where they use an extended metaphor for sex, like the nose fingering part, was gross, and the like Autobot like screwdriver into like screw part, get it screw. They're more disgusting than any of the more overt stuff, I think. Just because whatever I can imagine is probably worse than what they're going to animate. Put it that way. Yeah, so I just had a little look up of Satoshi Yamaguchi, and seems like a widely acclaimed animation director and that kind of thing. I was wondering if there was some other connection there, like the other skits, but there doesn't seem to be at this point. Who wrote this? Masahiko Otsuka. Yep, again runs in similar Trigger Gainax circles. So yeah, a pretty internal team, creative team here, I guess. So the crux of this episode is they spend too much. They spend too much money on random bullshit that doesn't actually help their cause, and the whole church is run down because of that. They need to start saving some money or start earning some actual heavenly money, which makes no sense considering they were celebrities for a while, and they're also like the heroes, superheroes of the town, so they'd be getting money from that and all that kind of jazz, or at least could spin it into money pretty easily. But again, we don't need it to make sense. Um, there's a goal. There is a pretty obvious story structure here, which is they learn the value of hard work and actually work hard and help the people and earn some money the right way. But they don't. They go to the casino and they bet it all, and they bet it all again, and then they strip off their clothes and bet it all again, and by a weird coincidence, they win. I don't know. It's kind of nice and subversive for Panty and Stocking. I really, I really liked it. It's kind of this fuck you story. Like, fuck you, audience. You thought you knew where this was going. You don't. I don't think I mentioned it enough, but the character designs and the expressions on the characters' faces are always on point. Like, look at this smug look by Panty here. It takes a lot of skill, I think, to accomplish something like this, especially with this kind of cartoony style, right? Helps when your characters have a bit of sass as well. You could throw the sass into it, hand on the hip, hand out like that. Very nice. Even in the AEST stocking's got some stuff going on as well. Very good. I mention it as well because they have a lot of fun costuming the different characters in the skit, and I'll break them down when I get to them. But it's one of the highlights of the episode for sure. I guess in a skit about stripping, them being in a bunch of different outfits makes sense, right? So kind of they got this traditional '50s kind of diner get up on, then like a sexy police uniform. What is it? I'll see if I can. Yeah, like everybody in traffic is staring at them instead of driving, and it causes accidents. Like, come on. I don't know. Decently funny. I thought it was good. They're just in booty shorts and bikinis and stuff, and they're washing cars. Great. This one isn't particularly sexy, but I mean, it's funny. I like this character design change here, actually. Like to almost the ED style, where they're just like shaking their head back and forth. Very I don't know. Felt like paper, very like flat. Sexy nurses, and finally bunny girl outfit thing. But they hear from a customer of, I'm guessing this is a hostess bar or something to that effect, that a customer earned 3 million yen in one day at the casino. So what do? They go to the casino. Of course they do. In the process, throwing their clothes at Brief, who puts them on. You know, good comedy, good comedy. Like, I guess the point or the joke is that whatever Brief says is probably the right moral thing to do. Like, he's like, oh yeah, you guys should go work hard at, proper jobs. This isn't the way to get ahead. And it's only through weird coincidences that they're right. Yeah. I don't know. Again, meta. A little bit meta, at least. They get invited to kind of the high roller table after winning at the slots a bunch and high roller roulette, and they keep making money and money and money. And then there's this ghost running the casino, right, who feeds off of money, and that's how he gets powerful. And we're going to steal all their money until there's a financial crisis or something, was their plan. And who is they I'm talking about? Well, of course, it's the Demon Sisters. Demon Sisters, however you say it. Scanty and Nisox. I'm happy that these characters are back. I didn't expect them to return so soon, but, you know, again, their designs are very good. I've said it last time. Especially the eyes. Love the eyes. They spy Panty and Stocking in the casino, and they're like, are they here to thwart us? It's like, no, they look too dumb. Let's try to steal their money. So Nisox goes in and becomes one of the dealers to try to rig the game. Your face is really red. Are you okay? Like Clark Kent tier disguise here. Just throw a mustache on. They won't recognize you. No glasses as well. I don't know. Very fun. Don't take it too seriously. I think that's the message here. And yeah, they start to lose money, and Panty starts to double down, and Stocking starts to follow suit, and yeah, it goes poorly. And they're just about to get sucked up by the giant vacuum cleaner thing. And it's like, okay, do you guys want to buy my clothes? I'll bet my clothes. And they're like, yeah, we'll buy them because we find you attractive. And this is where the kind of the stripping conceit comes into the episode. And they sell a bunch of different garments of their clothes to stay in the game. And it gets a little bit raunchy because, of course, it does. And then Panty sneezes, causing Nisox's hand to slip and the roulette ball to fall onto 7, lucky number 7, and they make all their money. I guess the justification there is that they're cold because they lost the clothes, so the stripping actually was the solution there, and that's why she sneezes. Okay, makes sense. I'm buying it a little bit more, and they get absolutely paid out. How much money is that? That's like 7 trillion? 7 billion? One of the two. Which causes them to inadvertently kill the demon. And then these guys go crazy because, of course, and it's not explicitly said, but you figure it out. They have to take off their undergarments to kill it. Makes sense. It's very funny. Then we get another, next time we'll get you again Saturday morning cartoon. And I think that's about it. There's kind of a wrap up scene where it turns out the two don't stop their spending spree on random stuff. So I can't imagine this money's going to stay for very long because they're very bad with money. But yeah, we're just going to jump right into episode 8, I think. This episode was quite enjoyable and look forward to the next one. So see you in a second. Radio got episode 8 up here ready to go. Let me pop that up on screen. Again, there should be picture in picture version. Let me give myself sound. 23 minutes and 42 seconds is the time code if you wanted to follow along at home. And no further ado, I'm just going to jump right in. Radio? 3, 2, 1, go. Excellent. Always a bop. I wonder what we're getting into this time. Any other bodily fluids we can kind of fetishize? Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. Of the Dead. Are we doing zombies? Great. Evil Garterbelt? True. Okay. I don't know what we're doing here. It's obviously some kind of parody. I just remember they're making more of this. Like, how are they going to make this in 2022? Is this kind of like a Raccoon City, maybe? I don't know. Dude, the swearing always gets me. Here they are. Honorary police chiefs. Imposters? Sus? Uh, they're like prisoners and they're trying to escape. That's fun. Oh my god. American cop. Okay. With the aviators. Of course. They look like they're buying it as well. No. Well, here come the zombies. Ancient ghost zombies. They still got that, yeah, that kind of ghost design. They're out here to eat your brains. Great. Okay. Yep. Pretty standard. Got a double tap. Nope. Hit him in the head. Zombie-chan? Yeah, you are. The moon there's really cool too. Sex shop? Is that what that said? Are they gonna hit him in the head with dildos? Is this like a Saints Row situation? Bake Himesama. Or Baka, I should say. Great. I love it when these guys show up. So this was a trap set up by them. Zombie juice. Your face is bright red too. I love that like shoujo laughs as well. Oh my god. Just back and stronger than ever. There's like skull fallout. Charlie's Angels. That's great. Great. Yep. Okay. Wonderful. Great. With the whip. Oh my god. That thing's dangerous. Come on. No. Yes, he has. Along with the girl that hasn't had. I've been here since cut 19. Yes, yes, I will. Yeah, it doesn't seem that tragic anymore. He's so cool. Okay, I'm a zombie now. What? Okay, that was pointless. They just killed him. He's using a dildo to like reload the shotgun. Or pump it, I should say. Yep, you guys made it. Oh. I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me. He's loving it too much. Oh, you're gone too. Oh my god. No. I have to read his autobiography. No, I'm dead. I like how everybody just like gets their head blown off by Garterbelt. Like he's gone mad. Oh, they won. You're gonna get very excited too. We convinced them. Yeah, probably. I hope Garterbelt like blows their head off. Oh, dual shotguns. He's sick. Everyone's a zombie. Please tell me that ain't human made. Whatever, we're just gonna be zombies now. Great. Such a nothing ending. One angry ghost. What is this image? Oh, of course. Some kind of pageant? Oh my goodness. Richard and Mortimer? Give me another Judgment Day, please. This is ridiculous. Yes. Very true. This is some, like, garbage reality show. Yeah, who else we got? Oh no. The rolling of the R's. mm, mm. with the mic on as well. Great. Yes, not sadistic at all. It's playing at Times Square. Yeah. Okay. That's really well animated. Mm. Yes, of course. No. Yes, truly. Yes, I do. We need Phoenix Wright on this. I don't trust those eyebrows. It's the average Rick and Morty fan. Okay, that's where the monkey comes in. He passed the bar exam. Yes, he can. Why the monkey just does like stupid monkey stuff? Yes, our godliness. This is such a weird premise for an episode. Hmm. Okay. Insane evidence. Wow. I like this Tom Cruise guy. This guy's great. I don't. Yeah, exactly. Yes, logical fallacies. Correlation is not causation. Yes, they do. Yes. Great. Great. Okay, that's a nice, like, different frame they're using. Maybe nice is the wrong word. Did that guy just. Oh my god. I'm not gonna pause on that. Go back and have a look at that guy's head if you wanna. Oh my god. Hannibal Lecter? Yes. Yes, it's Ghost Chan or whatever her name is. You murdered the ghost dog. Yeah, see, that character design's very Disney. Oh, boom. Banana. What are you, a minion? Nice, again, it's like a reality show, right? Imagine if they did like reality show trials. I guess they do. What is Judge Judy then? But I guess the public doesn't vote like it's Big Brother or something. Oh god, they're dead. Great. Yeah. I like it. These characters are just going to be in it now. That's fun. We gave them the electric chair. Good. Ooh, he's brain broke. Next monkey lawyer. Oh, here we go. This is going to be epic. Yes. Perfect. Phoenix Right Monkey. These shots of this monkey are so good. Okay. They're just gonna electric chair someone every time. Oh, it's a Danganronpa trail. Great. Yes, it is us. Ooh. What was that there? I need to go back. Back into the truck. We're kind of trapped. Yes. Yes, we will. I don't think they can, no. Perfect. Again, that guy's head is gross. I will not be going back and looking at it. Yeah, murder him. Murder the ghost. Carpenter. Oh, that skill was really good. The guy's soul was leaving his body. Oh my god. Just ripped the hair right off the scalp. And that concludes our program for today. Yeah, that last skit was very funny. The monkey lawyer. Again, it's always very critical of wider society. It paints a lot of the general populace as very stupid, which isn't far from the truth, but you know what I mean. There's always a cynical side to a lot of Panty and Stocking skits. If I could speak correctly, that'd be good as well. I like how what would you call him? I guess the lawyer was like literally called Tom Cruise. It's pretty funny. Bye bye. Righty, I just jump in for a quick bit of analysis on those two episodes. Or that one episode, I should say. Yeah, we kind of had two fantastic little skits there. We had the kind of zombie parody of the dead, and then we had I forget the title of the second one, but it's kind of this reality show trial, I guess you could call it. Both of these plans were devised by the Damon sisters, which seems like they're sticking around. Scanty and knee socks. I'm a fan of their characters. I hope they continue to stick around. They're only growing on me. And yeah, we get some good jokes off. Good bit of parody. I was going to look up some stuff about the parody in the first skit actually, so give me a second. Yeah, okay, I got one of the references. It's a Resident Evil 2 reference, as it is their first day as cops in the new Romero and Carpin town. Okay, I get that one now. Before the city is overrun by zombies mere hours later. And yeah, a number of other zombie kind of things. Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. There was also the part where Stocking kind of did the Bruce Lee thing, which was very funny as well. That kind of ends it for the references there. I'm just gonna pop it up on screen now, and yeah, we're gonna talk through it as more interesting stuff comes up. As I said before, what is it? George Romero and John Carpenter, two pretty famous people in the old horror movie scene. So, yes, Population 666. Okay, getting a few more of the references now. Yeah, it's kind of their big zombie movie homage. And as a result, we kind of have these like useless side characters as well that all just die, and they have their stupid backstories. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It doesn't stop them being dressed in essentially stripper costumes again, but I digress. Um, the excessive swearing here is also very funny. Like trying to be like edgy. Like, and again, English swearing, probably in reference to all these Western horror movies that they're parodying. So yeah, they've been called in to be kind of the new sheriffs, the new like police chiefs in town for the day, and they were obviously called in by Scanty and Knee Socks, as we learn later. And they're having like a pizza party, and then oh no, there's a zombie virus. Again, I haven't played Resident Evil 2, but yeah, I don't know. Very similar vibe to me. I kind of like how the design of the zombies kind of incorporates some of the ghost elements, like with the I don't know what you'd call them. They always have these bright lines through their skin and that kind of thing. So yeah, it kind of fits their kind of enemy design that they have going on. It works. Some of the convicts try to escape, and oh yeah, they're weak to fire, so we'll use this fire to spread them out from the parking lot and escape. This, of course, doesn't work at all. I like how the seat falls over here. I thought it was a great little undercut joke. And yeah, lets the zombies inside and they wreak havoc. They escape the police station and head towards the sex shop to find some weapons. So, yeah, again, this is I thought it was similar to Saints Row 3 or Saints Row the Third, I think they call it, where they use dildos as weapons. And yeah, we see they've got kind of like shoujo villain vibes as well. They do like the oh ho ho laugh, you know what I mean? They're very kind of ojo sama kind of look at the moment. Very classy. Always drinking some wine. He's got like the little rich person binoculars. Very funny. So yeah, they've kind of spread the plague through the town, and yeah, again, not dissimilar to Resident Evil. Yeah, these two continue to have great VA work. Very funny. When they appear in the next skit as well, I think it's quite the shock as well. It's good. Yeah, this like cat's brain falls out of its socket and then it keeps like fighting, which is weird. You motherfucker. You fatherfucker. Again, they're being pretty rude. Purposefully so. It's ridiculous. It's the joke. Again, I think I noted it in the reaction. I don't know how they're going to make this again in 2022. It's going to need to be adjusted slightly, I think. Otherwise, I might have some people going after them. It is pretty crass. And yeah, here's the Bruce Lee part. Gave me a huge chuckle. It's Stocking in like a stripper police uniform with a dildo stabbing a zombie cat in the head and doing a Bruce Lee parody. It's it's pretty out there, but it's good. I like how all these characters have like these bullshit backstories that no one cares about. Like she's got an eye patch randomly for some reason now, and yeah, funny. They definitely know what they're parodying. Also, Panty's like chainsaw dildo seems dangerous. Don't use that. That'll like hurt. This guy's like minute-long speech about his autobiography, which then gets lost immediately. And then yeah, Garterbelt immediately blows his head off. He actually blows the head off all three of the survivors, which yeah, they get into the car and think they're safe. However, Chuck's in the back, and Chuck is a zombie. He already looked like a zombie anyway, so I don't really know what the design change there is. But of course, this makes our two main characters turn into zombies. Like, I just love how disposable these characters are in this scene. Like, he just kills them, they don't matter. Again, parodying kind of the flimsy nature of the characters in these horror movies where they basically exist to be killed. So, you know. Again, good parody stuff. And yet we zombified Panty and Stocking here. Oh no, it seems like the villains have won. But then our villains get surrounded as well. It's kind of turned back on them. The zombies attack and they get zombified too. Yeah, it's morning. Everybody's a zombie. Garterbelt's dead. And then the skit just ends. I love how like anticlimactic it is. It's like, oh, this skit didn't matter. It's just as disposable as the thing we're parodying. Nice. Good joke. Well executed. 5 out of 5. Very well done. Then we have One Angry Ghost. I might just read the wiki again for this one. I'll be a second. The episode's title is a reference to the American drama film 12 Angry Men. I haven't seen 12 Angry Men because I'm uncultured, but I know it's about a trial, so that kind of fits. Tom Cruise is based on Tom Cruise from his character in Magnolia. It's Magnolia. Earl Partridge and Jimmy Gator, both afflicted with cancer, work together on a TV show. They both live in dysfunctional families, which affects their personal and professional lives. Well, that's not much to go off, but seems pretty well regarded. It's 3 hours long. It's made by PTA. Okay, interesting. Objection from Phoenix Wright. The two husband and wife characters are based off Ren and Stimpy. Yes, okay, now that you've said that, yes. Interesting. Well, a bunch of the stuff that I got off of it anyway was more in the line of uh, reality TV parody and how stupid an audience can be and how to manipulate them and kind of these sad backstories working on the general populace and that kind of thing and obscuring the truth. Also, it was just very funny. We have this like over the top kind of presenter as well as Tom Cruise, which we later learn are the Damon sisters, up to mischief again. Yeah, it just works. I thought it was very funny. One of my favorite skits for sure. Definitely probably top 2 or 3 that I've seen in the show. Yeah, this like Rick and Morty like motherfucker, and all the like the bikini babes for like the trial on the show called Judgment Day. Great. So cynical. Love it. They're like, this is bullshit, but also, hello, my fans, and then they all go crazy. Look how dramatic he is. I love it. And the way they both talk both matches which characters they actually are as well, because this reminds me of Knee Socks, and the presenter reminds me of Scanty. It makes sense, right? I guess that's why he's animated like that, because it's Ren and Stimpy. Okay. Again, I haven't seen much Ren and Stimpy, but I know what they are. Another impressive part about this episode, again, I've talked a lot about their plot structure, but this sets up kind of a compelling mystery as well. They set up the groundwork and then they subvert it. You know, they're like, well, what happens when you shoot these ghosts? Well, they explode. Well, the body wasn't exploded; it was bitten. Choose your lawyer, and of course, yeah, they get gotcha'd. Highest IQ lawyer, the highest IQ lawyer monkey. Yeah, and the monkey kind of has a thing on its head that says what he's thinking. But most of the time, he just wants to eat Panty's hair because it looks like a banana, which is pretty funny as well. Is this a little jab too? Abrams here has passed the bar exam, even though he's a monkey, so anybody in potentially America can get kind of the lawyer license and become a lawyer. I don't know. Maybe I'm stretching there, but Seems a little bit pointed. Yeah, and kind of Tom Cruise comes out here and reveals a bunch of evidence that he spins into incriminating evidence. It's just information. It's only the way you interpret it is the way you see it. Again, it's a lot of causation isn't correlation, correlation not causation, all this kind of stuff, right? And of course, he manipulates the general public because of the sad backstory and all this kind of jazz. Yeah, this kind of plays out like a Phoenix Wright trial, right? And then where it goes bad, 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 bad. Wright looks like he's in a really bad spot where he can't recover, and then of course he recovers. He finds the evidence that he needs and objection and does all that crap. But this time it's a monkey, so it's better. Like he asks them a question but omits a word for the mic. Very funny. Do you remember the name of every single ghost you've killed? No. Well, then you could have been the murderer. Like, what are you talking about? That's not how evidence works. Yeah, there's a pretty aggressive old Panty and Stocking scene here. I don't know. The show's gonna do what it's gonna do, but at least it's not tonally dissonant. I think I don't know, it kind of matches what they're doing. It's meant to be kind of this like sleazy program, this kind of reality court. So of course something like this would happen. It fits, I think. Again, yeah, they really pile on the sad stories, the sob stories, and of course the general public falls for it. Just yeah, throughout the episode, a base level, this shot of the audience that they keep reusing is very good. This guy's head in particular, you'll see it in a couple scenes, and it is downright disgusting. And then this guy's soul leaves his body at some point as well. Very, very good stuff. Again, it's kind of this dystopian thing, right? We've got the two criminals here. We've literally got buttons at home that the audience are watching this trial live, and they can hit it if they want this person to die or not. That is fucked up. But of course, they play it off for like a sex joke. Like Stocking loves it because she's into BDSM and that kind of stuff. In kind of this I don't know, Iron Maiden thing they got going on as well. Very interesting. We see their forms kind of start to change here, and then you kind of clue into what's going on. It's like, oh yeah, this is a big sham trial to try to frame them, and blah 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 blah. And they would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that damn monkey. The animation style change in the monkey is hilarious. Just these really serious, like this looks like Berserk or something, Fist of the North Star almost. Like this really like 90s style of shading, very serious. And yeah, the monkey kind of destroys the trial. He comes through with a really compelling piece of evidence and switches it back onto the wife, who is the actual killer. And then their mouth like opens up like crazy, and they become a vicious monster. And then yeah, the same electric chair situation happens for the wife here. It's like a I don't know if you guys have played Danganronpa, but whenever somebody is cornered like this and you finish the final blow of a trial, they kind of reveal all their intentions and oh, they were evil the whole time. It happens like 5 or 6 times throughout the series. It's one of my personal favorites though, so I'm not going to complain too much. Yep, and these two are Drats. We'll get you next time. They're like Team Rocket, right? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Always with a plan to get Pikachu, but never get it. These two take off their underwear at the behest of the judge and dispatch the ghost, leading to the end of said skit. Yeah, and then it becomes like Panty and Stocking with a host the whole time, and they do like a stage show like Bow, and then you get this TV screen overlay as well, and we zoom out, and yeah, very nice. Very nice like TV show conceit. It's like I'm watching an episode of a different show. Very cool. I really, really love that last skit. Thought it was one of the funniest they've done and just really clever. And that's about it for today. Really enjoyed my time with Penny and Stocking today. It was very fun. Funny, pointed parody, great work by the staff again. Just yeah, great stuff all around. Wasn't quite as gross as previous episodes too, which kind of turns me away a bit. Bit more horny, but it is what it is. And yeah, can't wait for next week. Sounds great. Just some chill stuff before I go. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I can do to improve my presentation, or anything else in general. Comment below. And I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter at the moment, so follow me on Twitter and I'll follow you back and we can socially connect. It'll be awesome. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you next time. Thank you. Catch you later.